Let me ask you something. How many opportunities have you walked away from? Not because you weren't ready, but because you were afraid. Fear isn't always loud. Most of the cases it just whispers. It's like, oh, what if I fail? Oh, who am I to do this? If that's you, you're not alone. Studies show that LinkedIn, for instance, shows that 75% of professionals hold back from resigning from their jobs or changing their jobs because of fear. According to Psychology Today, fear of failure is one of the top 3 reasons why people stay in their jobs or relationships that no longer serve them. And Harvard Business Review reports that the fear of the unknown is the most common mental barrier to career progression and reinvention. So if fear is keeping you stuck, these 3 shifts will change everything for you today. Hi, my name is Ellie. Welcome to the channel. I absolutely love having you here. If you have somebody who might benefit from watching this video, just feel free to share the video with them. It will mean the world to me, and it will help them walk right through their fear and take that first step that matters the most to them. So let's get started. What are we going to do about making that fear disappear? The first thing that we're going to do today is I want you to actually go and grab a piece of paper so that you can do this exercise whilst you're watching the video. So I'll just give you a second. So grab a piece of paper and start writing down with me. The first thing that we're going to do today is name our fear. We're going to name our fear. So this is my fear. I'm just going to do it live so that it brings things into perspective. So I have a fear of public speaking. I get nervous about it. I'm yet to overcome that fear, right? So I fear public speaking. So I want you to write down what exactly am I afraid of, okay? And then ask, what's the worst thing that can happen if I go ahead and do X? So for me, what's the worst thing that can happen if I go and deliver that speech? And then I want you to write down what is the best thing that can happen if you go and do the thing that you're most fearful about, okay? So what's the best thing that can happen if I go and deliver that speech? And then I want you to use the fear, what's called fear truth swap. So you're swapping fear with the truth. And this is how this works. So you've done this, right? Public speaking, what's the worst thing that can happen? What's the best thing that can happen? And then we're going to use fear truth swap just quickly. Okay, so fear is I might fail at public speaking. Truth, I might succeed. At your fear, okay? But you've imagined what is the worst thing that can happen, what is the best thing that can happen, and then you're using the fear truth swap to reframe it. So the action from this first step is, this is very powerful. I want you to write down one fear, say it out loud, so name your fear so that your mind knows what you're scared of, and then reframe it using the fear truth swap. Okay? Good. Let's move on to the second point quickly. So we've named our fear. The next thing that we can do is this. Flip the narrative. The reason why flipping the narrative is very powerful about our fears is that fear isn't always bad. You know, this is our brain keeping us safe. But growth never happens within our comfort zone. So just very quickly, this is our comfort zone. Comfort zone. Fear keeps us stuck within the boundaries of our comfort zone. But what happens when we take action? When we do something that we fear, this is what's called a stretch zone. When you name your fear and when you flip the narrative, what happens is you are expanding your comfort zone from the small circle on the inside And now you've expanded your comfort zone all the way up to here. So this is where you're good at something, and this is your comfort zone. And because you've taken action to overcome your fear, now your comfort zone is actually quite bigger. This is very, very powerful. So there's this quote that says, everything that we want sits on the other side sits on the other side of our fear. Everything that you want is on the other side of fear. So this is me being fearful of public speaking. This is my fear, whatever this fear is for you, and this is what I want. It's so true. Everything that we want sits on the other side of fear. We don't go over it. We don't go under it. What do? We name the fear. We flip the narrative. We walk right through the fear. Okay? We make it disappear. It's in our minds. We do what's the worst, what's the best. We flip the narrative. So the next time that you feel fear, do this. I want you to say to yourself, this means I am growing. This means I care so much about this thing. I care, right? I care and I'm growing. So next time when you feel fear, when you flip the narrative, you're going to say to yourself, I care so much about this thing. It scares me, but I'm growing. Remember, I'm expanding my comfort zone. Okay. The third thing that we can do to walk through our fears and make it disappear very quickly. These are mental exercises. They're quite powerful, and it's how we trick the mind. The third thing that we're going to do is, oh, I love this. We're going to do it scared, but do it anyway. Do it, do it, do it. Do it scared. Sorry, do it scared, but do it anyway. You know, I tell this to my children, do it scared, but do it anyway. Don't let fear stop you from take that next action, because what happens in our brain, confidence does not come first. When we're scared of something, when we fear something, what comes first? Action comes first. So we take that first step, then we get better at it. And when we get better, our confidence grows. Yes, so this is us. We take an action, and the more we do it, whatever do it means to you in terms of your fear, the more confident we become. So there's this really cool technique by Mel Robbins. It's the 5-second rule. And she says, count down from 5 to 1 and go and act. So count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and make the phone call. Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and hit apply on that, job application. Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and I don't know, send in your resignation. Whatever it is, whatever it might be, whatever the fear is, what's important is to, actually I'll write it here, act. At the end of our lives, research shows that for people who are in palliative care, when they've interviewed them, research shows that what do they regret the most? It's not failure. What people regret the most at the end of their lives is this: inaction. That is so true. I don't know, me imagining me at the end of my life thinking, what do I regret the most? I would have regretted not doing something. I wouldn't have regretted the things that I did as much as the things that I did not do. Okay? So do it scared and do it anyway. And the action from this third step is just identify one step that you've been putting off. Okay? One step that you've been putting off, making the call, whatever it is that matters to you in terms of your fear. and do it within the next 24 hours. Okay? Identify one step that you've been putting off and go and take that step in the next 24 hours. Use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown by Mel Robbins. Do it scared, but do it anyway. You know, fear, it's not going to disappear overnight. It never would. But us, by doing things, we become better at them and we grow our confidence with it. We expand our comfort zone. So name your fear, flip the narrative, do it scared, but do it anyway. We don't need to be fearless, to take the next step. We just need to be brave enough to go ahead and take that next step whilst being scared. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this has been useful, and I'll see you in the next video.